Alright, our title today is Quadratic Functions, so it's kind of a continuation from what we did last time on Friday, looking at the shapes of our quadratics. And today is what date? The 27th. Alright, so we're going to write down quadratic functions. Can be written in different forms. Quadratic and written as, so this will be the most popular kind of form, the one that you're most used to. Y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. We're going to put that a, b, and c are real numbers. A is not equal to 0. So when it's written in this form, so ax squared plus bx plus c, we're just saying that a, b, and c are any numbers, okay? Any real numbers, but can't be 0. Oh, a can't be 0, I should say. This is said to be in standard form. Does anybody know the fancy name for A, B, and C?
Capital A, capital B, capital
Letters A, B, and C are called? No.
Coefficients.
Coefficients.
Confidence? What?
C is also called, so the letter C is also called, and we're going to refer to it as the constant.
Oh, because it always stays at a number?
Yeah, so it's just the number by itself is the constant, okay? So, for example, So there's our quadratic, okay, it's in standard form. If I was going to write the coefficient of the x term, what's the coefficient of the x term in this example? Yep, so in this specific question here though, what is the coefficient of the x term? No, careful.
1.
It's -2, okay? So the number in front of the x term, that's what the coefficient means. Coefficient just means it's the number, okay? So what's the number in front of the x term? It is -2. Okay? What's the constant?
X.
The constant is not x.
Oh, sorry. 4.
Okay, the constant is the number by itself. Okay, or the c part, okay? So the constant is 4.
Oh, that was a
What's the coefficient in front of the x squared part? 3. Okay, so the coefficient of the x squared is 3. So just kind of get used to using those words. Okay, we're going to say. So take another heading. A new title. Yep, new heading. And the shapes of quadratics, which is what you looked at on Friday. Okay, up to there. Quadratics always one of the following shapes. That's what a quadratics always look like. Draw it with your finger. The U shape, yep. So it's either a U shape or a yep. Okay, so either remember a sad face or a happy face.
Oh.
Okay, so they either look like U shape or, and now they're nice and smooth. They are also
It's called a parabola.
and they're called parabolas.
Oh.
Hey,
It's the same thing.
Shape is called
Thank you.
after the fact.
parabola. Okay, so the shape is called a parabola. Okay, so when the parabola looks like a U shape, okay, we say it is what? No.
That's negative.
Say it is concave, concave up. Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now, from Friday, I know what you were saying, Sona. On Friday, we were able to tell whether it's a smiley face like this or a sad face. How do we know when it's a smiley face like this one? Anyone?
When it-
negative.
No.
No positive.
When what is positive?
The
The
A
number.
as variable. Sorry,
So
variable.
Doesn't go underneath
Coefficient.
the coefficient in front of what?
It goes under the
In front of the number.
Coefficient in front of,
The X.
not the x.
The A.
The a, right? The a is what? The coefficient in front of what?
The letter.
We've written it down. Look, come on, guys.
Oh, in front of
What is a? The
the quadratic
coefficient
function.
of. What is a the coefficient of? What is a the coefficient of?
X
X squared, right? Okay. A is the coefficient of x squared. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What is b the coefficient of?
X.
B is the coefficient of x. Right, so we said we've had various kind of answers. When the parabola looks like this, so smiley face, what is positive?
The X.
No,
A, the coefficient.
the coefficient of a, the coefficient of x squared is positive, okay? So we have to be able to communicate this.
Yeah, let's write that
Okay,
down.
so let's write that down. So when the parabola looks like this, we said it's concave up, and in this case, the coefficient of x squared will be positive. Coefficient of x squared is what?
Positive.
What is the coefficient of x squared?
A.
A. Okay. A is the coefficient of x squared. How do I write, using maths, that it is positive? How do I write, using maths, that A is positive?
A equals plus.
No.
A is equals to.
Is greater than
What?
zero.
A is greater than 0. Okay. So when A is greater than 0,
Equals 0. I said A is greater than
when A is greater than 0, we've got positive coefficient of x squared. The shape of the graph is always going to look like this. Okay. Now, make sure when you're drawing these, you do them nice and smooth. This point on our parabola is called, this is called the vertex. In this case, so the vertex in this case, is it a maximum point or a minimum point? It's a minimum, okay? And we say that it is a minimum turning point. It is also where the line of symmetry is also where the line of symmetry of the parabola occurs. Okay, so our line of symmetry would run directly through a point, for example. That would be our line of symmetry, okay? Let's move it over a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna start writing again. Yep.
When?
Okay, when it looks like, so again, try and, oh, it's a mess. Try and keep it nice and neat, symmetrical looking. We say, shh, it is concave down.
There's some scratching in your
David, you get this down.
Do your fingernails get dirty when you scratch?
Wait. So in this case, the coefficient of x squared, good, will be negative. So that means what in terms of a? A has to be less than 0 because it's taking a negative number. Okay, same thing, we've got the vertex, and it's now a maximum turning point, yeah.
What is it? You know,
Vertex.
Maximum turning point, okay, we'll just show that the line of symmetry again runs straight through this point. So our line of symmetry goes straight through the vertex. Alright, so here is our quadratic function, y equals x squared plus 5x plus 6. Even before I graphed it, we know that this is what shape?
U.
Concave up.
Concave up. Okay, why do you know it's concave up? Say it properly. Yes, John? Beautiful. The coefficient in front of the x squared is positive, okay? In other words, the number in front of the x squared here is a positive number, okay? We've got, so what's this point called on my graph?
Vertex.
That's called the vertex, good. This is a, what?
And it's the
Line
minimum.
It's the minimum,
Minimum
what?
turning point.
Turning
Minimum
point,
turning
okay,
point.
good.
The line of symmetry goes through
I
it.
thought it was a maximum.
The line of symmetry goes through it. We also
Oh, the upside down.
have two important, well, a couple of important other aspects of this graph. We have got this point up here. What do you think we call this?
The constant.
Okay, yes, it is the constant. Good, because why is it the constant?
Because it's 6 and then
Because it's
6.
6.
Because it's
In the place of C.
yeah. C is the constant, which is 6. The graph is going through 6. But what do you think this point is called? Even though it's
Crossing
a
point, I
constant.
don't know.
Crossing point? We wouldn't say crossing
It's
point.
on the y-axis.
It's on the y-axis.
Oh, y equals 6.
No.
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 X equals.
It's
There's
the
a
same
special
thing.
name for it, right?
It's the same thing for your straight lines. Okay.
Oh, X equals.
This line is crossing what axis?
Oh, X is greater. 6 is greater than. X is equal to 1.
All right. Let's. Shh. This line is crossing which axis?
Oh, it's
The
on
y-axis. Okay. It's crossing the y-axis. What is another word? What's the maths word for something that crosses something else?
Intersect.
Intersects. Okay. So this is. Can you stop talking over me? This is the y-intercept. Okay. So what I want you to do in your book, listen, is to draw a sketch of this. By sketch, I just mean a sketch. I want the axes and then just the shape, okay? We're going to label this. This is the y-intercept. Intercept. Because it is intercepting the y-axis.
That's Wait, we have to draw that.
Yes.
That's
I'll put it up in a second.
I said on the left.
in retro.
And then, yeah.
I'm a
And
good
then
one.
add
Wretched, that's a good word.
Alright, so we have, just if I do the sketch on this one,
That wasn't
That's so good.
okay, so our sketch was like this, not like that, that's terrible.
Are you redrawing the sketch you just did?
Yeah,
Okay.
alright, so this was 6, our curve was y equals x squared plus 5x plus 6. This was going through -2 and -3. Okay, remind me, this point is called what?
Y-intercept.
It's the y-intercept.
And -3, -2, and
Okay, -3 and -2, because it's crossing the x-axis. These are called the x-intercepts, or?
The roots of the zeros.
Right.
who are the roots?
You always believe.
Didn't we already write all this? Or are you just like
Yep, I'm
redoing
just doing it again. Roots or zeros. Alright, good.